because it's all snowy and stuff outside, and I'm probably not going to get out to the trails today, I thought I'd do a what's in my pack video. I've always wanted to do one, so why not do one now? My pack this is my Daypack. I use it both in winter and summer. It works great for both. It is an Osprey Mira 26. So let's unpack it, and I can show you what I carry around with me. Okay, so let's talk about what's on the outside of the pack first. All the outer pockets and stash pockets and everything, and we'll work our way into the inner pockets and the inside. So to start out with, it's got a lot of pockets. It's great. There's these stash pockets, and there's these hip belt pockets, which are really cool. In each hip belt pocket, I carry something different. I carry the microfiber towel in one. That was recommended to me by another hiker to clean off lenses, and including camera lenses and your cell phone and your sunglasses if you need it. And it's actually been really handy for that. So that goes in one side. And then the other side has doggy pickup bags because, me, I always hike with my dog, and I want to be a responsible pet owner and take care of her business when she does it. Also, as a dog owner and trainer, I like carrying a treat pouch. So this actually carries treats not only for training, if I want to do impromptu trail training, but also for like energy snacks. So yeah, mostly kind of a jerky style. It preserves well. It doesn't smell too bad, and she likes it. Suzu likes that. It's also got on the outer pocket of that a clicker, just in case, because I do sometimes clicker train. So why not? There's also an emergency whistle, and my mace. I added this on so that I could carry mace on the outside because I also heard on another channel somebody mention the fact that if you carry mace inside your pack, what's the point? If you really need your mace, it's not handy. So I tried to put it somewhere that it was handy, and I thought that would be a good spot. So on the opposite side from the hydration tube. And of course, important, chapstick. I always SPF the highest that I can get. So this is an SPF 31. It's also organic and vegan. So on the stash pockets on the outside, these things, I tend to carry in one side. I'll put, like my cell phone and my keys, maybe a quick snack or something like that. Anything that you want close at hand. Also this camera as well, this GoPro. So here's the case to that. But which also has like a charging cable, I think, in there, and something else, and an extra wipe just in case. And then the other side, I like to carry my hiking pole. So this one is my latest hiking pole. I tend to go through about one a season, but it's folding, and all you got to do is pop it together. It's a combination of carbon fiber and aluminum. So carbon fiber and aluminum, and it's been great. It's really, really light. I really like it. It's got reflective strips on it. And of course, what every hiker does, they put a little bit of Gorilla Tape or duct tape on their pole so it's ready. This also has both a foam handle and a cork handle, which has been really nice. It's a nice grip. It needs to be cleaned, but otherwise I actually really love this pole. I've been really super happy with it, and it's really easy to stash when I'm done with it. So, okay, and then on the back of this pack, we've got some more stuff too. We've got the handle. I at some point decided I wanted to put paracord on it, so I would have paracord at hand, and it would be really easy. Cute little, so I know him from New Mexico. Of course, hand sanitizer, important stuff. A compass and a thermometer that I think works. I hope it works. And in the outer stash pocket, which is really cool. I've got a pop-up water container for my dog. So if she's not carrying her own water container, I use that one there, and I kind of like that this one is triangular. It's really cool. And of course, the map to whatever place I happen to be hiking, because you need to take a map just in case you want to take a different trail or you get lost. I also have like a little beacon light on here just in case I need it. It's handy, and it's not very heavy. And then underneath this zipper pocket, so one of the cool things about Osprey is they almost always come with their own fitted rain flies. So I'm not going to pull it out because it's kind of a pain to get back in, but this is a rain fly. It comes all the way out and it pops onto the pack so that it protects it from rain and water and all those good things. Okay, so this is the stuff that is usually in the outer pockets. So I have 2 zipper pockets on either side of the bottom of the pack here. And one side I usually put like food things and that sort of thing, maybe some medicines. And on the other side is a little bit more supply based. So, so things I carry in this side are Gerber mini Parablade. Love these. I absolutely love those. I carry that one a lot. And as well as a Gerber multi-tool, multi-pliers. That one is a clutch. That was the smallest one I could find. Backup batteries, of course, for the camera. A mini towel. I know, you can totally carry like bandanas and things, but honestly, I picked this up once and it's been fabulous. It's sort of like this chamois kind of towel. So, but it stuffs inside of itself, and it's been great for just like drying off dogs that swim, hands, whatever, if it was rainy and you needed to dry your hands off. But it's oddly enough been really handy. So I keep that. Sunscreen, of course. I keep going back and forth between the tubes and the sticks. I don't know. I haven't figured out what I like yet. Bug spray, in a little pen there for when it's bug season. Badger balm or some other sort of hand thing. The nice thing about Badger balm is it's something that I can also, if I don't feel like pulling out my entire first aid kit, I can throw this on like small cuts or my dog's paws or something. It smells nice, and it's good for injuries and things like that if you have a small cut that you just need to sort of seal up. Plus, depending on the conditions that you are hiking in, like it can be really, really good stuff for that. I like to carry around a moist wipe because as good as the hand sanitizer is, if you're going to eat something and actually handle it with your hands instead of try and keep it in the wrapper, you really want it. You really want to be able to wipe your hands off. At least I do. So other than that, I carry, of course, painkiller drugs. That's an emergency thing of Excedrin, but also I like to keep vitamin I close at hand, and I have some natural natural energy type of supplement in there. And then this one, I think I have like Benadryl or an emergency, some kind of emergency pill. And then with the snacks, I carry a variety. So I'll sometimes carry, I almost always have like a Cliff Bar or something of that nature. And then trail mix, some sort of either fruit leather or dried fruit, some sort of nut bar, or maybe I'll just carry the trail mix instead. I don't know. Sometimes I overpack a little bit with the food, not because I think I'm going to get stuck out or overnight, but I don't know, sometimes I just don't want like heavy nuts and I just want fruit to go, or maybe not even that. I don't know. I do carry a strip of vegan jerky. So this is made from wheat gluten, actually. And it's chewy, but it's also in sort of like a sauce, which is another thing that the hand wipes are really good for, is wiping your hands off after you eat this sauce there. That's vitamin B12, in case I need an extra kick. And also, every now and then I find I just don't want to eat anything, but I need a little bit of extra energy. So I keep a couple of Cliff Shots on hand. I have quite a few of those, and I like them better than some of the other gels out there. I don't know, they're organic, and there's not a lot of like preservatives and chemicals in them, which is really nice. So, oh yeah, and I mean, if you're a woman, you know what that is. So of course you have to carry one, because you never know, right? All right. These are the things that I carry in the upper pocket. So there's a separate upper zipper pocket up here. And it's mostly, it's lined. So I think it's supposed to be designed to hold sunglasses, but it's way bigger than sunglasses. So I carry a few extra things in that. I do carry the sunglasses though, but I carry them in their own microfiber case. So sunglasses, and of course the sunglasses keeper cord thing. I also keep tissues in that pocket. Super important, because it always seems like your nose is running when you're hiking, and you know, whether it's cold, whether it's hot, it's just, so it's really handy to have these around, of course. And also if you need to go get friendly with a bush, if you know what I mean. And my headlamp, I always carry a headlamp with me. This one is one I picked up online. It's by Yulumi, and it's pretty lightweight. I don't remember off the top of my head how much it weighs, but I like that this one has a lock off feature, so I can lock it in the off position. I think it's in off right now. Yeah, so I can press the button and it's not going to accidentally turn on in my pack. I really like that feature. If I need to turn it back on, I think I just hold it. There we go, until it turns on. And it does have a couple of different functions, so low, high, and blink. That's a pretty good highlight there. Okay. And then to put it back in lock mode, I hold it down and it goes off. There we go. So there's that. And then of course backup batteries for that. I always carry backup batteries for that. I do have other headlamps, but and I might switch that out for that in the future, because some of those are like rechargeable, which is really cool. I think that rechargeable is neat. But I also carry a bandana in there. I know it's a little redundant, but I like to tie them on things. And sometimes they make a really handy napkin, and I put them around the dog's neck and things like that. So, and then I carry some cards, some business cards. I didn't used to, and I ran into people on the trails that, well, you know, my day business, my day job, I can help them. I like helping people with their pets. So, yeah. Okay, so this is the stuff that's in the main compartment of my pack. And it varies season to season, okay? So it's mostly set up for winter right now. Oh, there's one missing. Here. Okay. That. We'll talk about that in a second. And there's a couple of redundancies here. I know I need to work on less redundancies, but I also am picky about, I guess, being comfortable when I hike. So we'll start over there and work our way this way. So over there is, in the plastic bag, is, here, let me grab it. So compass and pen and and writing paper. So journal, sometimes I have thoughts while I'm, hiking and I want to write them down. It'll vary what journal I have. That happens to be just one that I had on top of my head. Maybe I'll even do some sketching or something. This compass is it's upside down, but it's a Brunton, I think. Yeah, it's a Brunton compass. So liquid filled, and it's for working with maps. And usually also, if I'm going to an area where I want more than one map, I'll have that in this bag as well, but it's in the waterproof, the Ziploc bag that, there's like a slidey pocket in the back of this, which you may or not be able to see, but right there, it's sort of meshy, and it's got I slide this in there anyway. So on top of that, or down in the bottom of the pack, I've also got a Joby GorillaPod for the camera that you're watching this on. And then some sort of head protection. So I either carry this, which is, a beanie with a ponytail thing because I have long hair, or a fleece one. This one also, oddly enough, actually has a ponytail. Not really oddly. Almost all my beanies and ear thingies have ponytail holders in them because I tend to braid my hair and have long hair. So those are for ear protection. For warmth and neck protection, I do carry either one or both of these. So this is a micro fleece neck warmer. Here, let me. So it's just a tube. It's a neck gaiter. Actually, I made that one, now that I think about it. Yeah. Well, it's a fleece tube. It's not terribly difficult to make. Micro fleece, actually. And, that, I'll pull that out if it gets cold. Or, this one is poly. It's also a tube. I should wear this one more often, but I don't. But I also carry it because it's infused with, bug repellent. It's a bite back brand. Where's the little thing? There it is. So, if I'm in a particularly buggy place, throw that on and that'll help repel some of the insects. It's not foolproof, but it does help. And then, of course, gloves. So I carry two types of gloves depending on the season and what I need. These are sort of a silicone. It's got the silicone rubber grips on it, and on the inside it's fleece, and they're pretty wind resistant. So that's just a pair of athletic gloves. And then this is these are like weightlifting gloves, but they're really good if you want like fingerless. That's the wrong hand. Here, let's try this hand. So if you want fingerless gloves, so that you're partially protected, because sometimes when you're hiking and you're gripping that pole, like the back of your hand and your hands can get really cold, but you want the dexterity of having no fingers. So I have a couple different pairs of these. This happens to be the one I have in here right now. I have another pair that doesn't have the hole here, so it's actually just all protected, and I might switch to that eventually. But this is a synthetic leather pad. It's not real leather. So those are pretty nice for hiking and when you want fingerless gloves. This is my first aid / survival kit. I am going to, I'll pull that out separately so you can see what's in there separately. This is a vest. It's a puffy vest that is made by LL Bean. I've had that for a couple years. It doesn't breathe very well, but man, it for its weight, it's almost weightless, and it's just got great insulation. Like I wear it a lot, and purple goes with a lot of what I have. Earbuds. Sometimes if I'm hiking and I'm doing a big hike and I'm going through an area where it's just there's not much to look at, I'll do like an audiobook. So these are, the ergonomic pop in your ear kind of earbuds. But you plug that in. Something I learned is if you are going to camp or a hike and you want to take earbuds, don't take wireless ones because they need to be recharged. But if you take the wired ones, it doesn't need to be recharged. You just plug it into your phone and it works when you need it to. So, this, very important. I have several different raincoats, but this one is by Paradox, and I got it a couple of years ago, and I love it. It's a little heavier than some of the other ones out there, but it's got the siliconized nylon on the inside, so it's not as loud as some of them. And, you know, I won't lie, it's a pretty color. I really like the color. But it's also been really effective at keeping the wet off. I mean, I would go so far as to say it's not just water resistant, but it's actually a level of waterproof, which is great. I love that. Because it is winter, one of the things that I do carry is, this bag doesn't want to open. So there's yak tracks in here. Yak track, you know, they pop on your shoes. There we go. So instead of micro spikes, we're getting a lot of snow this year, but usually we don't get that much snow. So, and this had little micro spikes in it, and the plate, like the first time I wore it, ooh, rock. The first time I wore it, the plate with the micro spikes like popped off on both of them, like snow accumulated in there, and it didn't work. So, I actually lost them on the trail somewhere. So they're hiking in the Sangre de Cristos, and they come across like a small plate with little spikes on it. Yeah, they're probably from this. But yeah, otherwise without the micro spikes, they still work. I mean, it's basically a rubber with the coiled metal around it, like a spring, and it grips ice. It's not as great for snow, and it definitely doesn't work in mud, but like if you're on a trail where there's actual like sheet ice that you need to walk on, they do a decent job. So not as heavy duty as micro spikes, but I mean, again, I'm not snowshoeing. I'm not tackling trails that are usually that heavy in terms of ice. So yeah, I usually either carry them, or sometimes I just keep them in the car. And if I'm going on that kind of a trail, I'll pull them out and throw them in my pack. And then lastly, I don't know why this isn't on the outside. I guess I just keep cramming it on the inside, is more meatless jerky. Yeah, after opening my pack, I found I have a lot of snacks hidden in this thing that I really probably don't need to have as many as I do. So, yeah. I mean, you know, considering how small this pack is, it really holds a lot. It really does. Anyway, onwards. Okay. So the last compartment in the pack is pretty exclusively for my, let me see if I can get it out. I know it's stuck. Water bladder. So this is the one that came with the pack. And it's actually, it's a 3-liter, and yes, I like water bladders while I'm hiking. If I'm camping, I'm going to do something a little bit different probably. But I like that it unscrews, and it's got this carry handle, and it's actually got a rigid back as well. And it's of course got the measurements, and then well, let's put it back. And then the mouthpiece, you know, it comes out the top and goes around to the front. I had to replace the mouthpiece actually not that long ago. So the original one came with a magnet embedded in it, because this has a magnet on the buckle, on the chest strap. So, but I had to replace it. So yeah, I basically got one of those rare earth magnets and like epoxied it on there. But yeah, so that is pretty much what's in my pack. I think I covered just about everything. You know, other features with this pack is really cool. It's got, you know, straps to adjust the load. And it does have a place for stashing a hiking pole, but It's meant for a longer pole. So like I said, my pole, I usually just put it in the side stash pockets there. You know, there's areas to tether stuff, but in general, I mean, considering how long I've had this pack and I've used it like every hike I go on, it's my go-to pack. It's basically my go bag. It's always ready. You know, it's been an awesome little bag. I'm in love with it. It's getting a little worn now, and every now and then I wash it. But you know, I imagine when it finally gives out, I'll just get another one because I really like it. And when it's empty, it weighs next to nothing. I mean, it's for what it is. It's durable and lightweight, and I really love this little pack. So, and again, this is what I'm carrying now. It changes a little bit summer to winter, and it also changes as I get new gear and you know, switch out old gear. So, you know, it just depends. It's going to vary month to month sometimes. Also, sometimes I'm not very good about getting stuff out of it when I should. But anyway, so that is what's in my pack. Another time we'll go over what's in my dog's pack, because sometimes she carries a pack and sometimes she doesn't. But otherwise, until then, thanks and have a great hike. Oh, happy trails. Let's go with that. How about happy trails?